to Moments with Lisa, and I'm Lisa. Hi! And today I want to show you how to make an easy cherry pie. So please continue to watch. Thank you. As you can see, I purchased 1 can of cherry pie filling from Krogers and 1 can of cherry pie filling from Aldi's. At first, I was only going to make 1 pie, but I'm having company coming over. I decided I'd make 2 pies. But what happened was when I decided this, I had left Kroger's and I was in Aldi's. So that's why I have 1 from Aldi's and 1 from Kroger's. So when I got home, I looked at both of the ingredients to compare the two. And truthfully, they have the same amount of calories. They basically have the same ingredients, the same amount of sugars in both of them. But the difference between Krogers Brand and the difference between Aldi's brand is that Kroger's add more preservatives in their cherries so it can stay red. Well, Aldi's is more natural. So I did notice that. And when I taste them, the taste is the same. It's really the same. And I do like it. It's a nice sweet and tart pie filling. So these pie pans came from Dollar Tree, and I'm washing them off really well because I don't know who touched them or what crawled on them. You know we gotta be careful. And before you use your pie crust, you want to make sure that your pie crust is room temperature. So you want them to sit on the shelf for a little while before you use them. And then you can touch them to see, do they feel, room temperature? And the only thing you have to do is just open them up, you unroll them, and you place it on your pie pan. That's it. And if I would have had went to Aldi's first, instead of going to Kroger's first, I would have just bought my 2 cans of cherry pie filling and my 2 pre-made pie crust from Aldi's, because Aldi's products are cheaper. But if you look, everything that Kroger's have, Aldi's have, and they basically the same calories, they just a different price. The same ingredients, they just a different price. So this is simple, this is easy to do. Now, I noticed I put off my around the edges of my pie pan, I put the crust off. I like a nice thick crust at the bottom of my pie. So instead of me throwing the excess pie crust away, oh no, I'm going to utilize that. No. So that's what I'm doing. I broke them in little pieces and I placed them at the bottom of my pie crust. So when I pour my cherry pie filling inside of there, my bottom is going to be nice and strong. So now what I'm about to do, I'm about to go ahead and pour my cherry filling on top of each of the pie crusts. I'm going to pour my Kroger's in one and my Aldi's in another, just right on top. And I have to tell you, the filling again is really tasty. They taste the same. They really taste the same. There's really no difference except the price. But the price is really not that bad because I'm making 2 pies for under $10. 2 pies for under $10, which is really good. If you were going to take these cherry pies over to a potluck or a friend's house, or you're going to have company the next day, I would recommend that you bake your pies the night before and serve your pies the next day. But these pies goes delicious with some vanilla ice cream. Very delicious with some vanilla ice cream. Now, what I'm about to do, I'm about to put on my top crust on my pies. And I'm going to do my Kroger's pie crust, the top one, differently from how I'm going to do my Aldi's pie crust. So you want to add your own personal touches to your pie. You want your pie to look like you took your time to make them and not like you went to the store to buy them. If your pie crust feels like it's getting too soft, you can put your pie crust back in the refrigerator, let it sit for a moment, and then bring your pie crust back out. Because you do want to be able to put your pie crust on your pie without it sticking or feeling like it's going to break apart, because it will get really soft. In the design that I am making, I am just going over and under and over. This is a simple design to make, but once your pie is finished baking, it's going to be so pretty. So once you get all your pie crust on there, you want to gently go around and firmly press down. You want your top and your bottom pie crust. You want to push them together. In the extra pie crust, I am just taking it off. So the extra pie crust that I just took off, I put it back on my pie crust around the edges. So that's what I'm pressing down. I am pressing down the pie crust I just took off. This is going to make your pie crust edges so much stronger. So now I'm about to move on to the next pie. This is the Audie's pie crust, and I'm going to make it different than how I made the Kroger's pie crust. So instead of me going around and tearing the edges off or cutting the edges off, I'm going to roll them up. If you notice what I'm doing, I am not taking the edges off. I am rolling them up. I am trying to make sure my bottom crust and my top crust roll together. I am not throwing any of that pie crust away. And now I'm going and I'm taking a fork, pressing it down, firmly pressing it down so that my top and my bottom pie crust can stick together. Also, make a cute little design. So I do not want my edges to burn or overcook. So this is a good way to make sure that the edges around your pie do not burn or overcook. I allowed my pies to cook for 1 hour. And it came out perfectly. It is nice. It is golden brown. My cherry filling is nice and bubbly. This pie smells so good. I allow my pie to sit and cool off for about 4 hours. And now I'm ready to serve my pie. The pie looks beautiful. It came out perfectly. But you do have to allow this pie to sit for a while so it can become solid. And after 4 hours, it is completely solid. It smells good. It looks good. Look how thick my pie crust is. My pie crust came out perfectly. My pie came out perfectly. This is an easy 2-ingredient recipe. It is delicious. It is easy to make. It's a must try. You must try this recipe. It's easy to do. Well, anyway, this is delicious. This is very delicious. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.